Hi, welcome to Fireball's Garage. I figured I'd do an intro to my YouTube channel and talk a little bit about my love of cars and where that love of cars came from and the passion, and also talk about what I'll be doing in the shop and what kind of projects I'll be working on and what the channel's all about. So I'm sitting here in my office at my shop, and it's a little chilly today, so I'm wearing my coat, but I figured I'd talk a little bit about where this passion started. It all started when I was just a pilot light, not a full-flown fireball at that point. And we would travel to Great Bend, Kansas, where my mom's side of the family is from, and visit my grandpa and my aunts and uncles. And my Aunt Alita and Uncle Steve in particular had an amazing, and still do have, an amazing collection of cars. And I was always excited to go visit because I'd get to see Aunt Alita and Uncle Steve's cars, and I'd get to talk to Uncle Steve and about the cars, and I'd get to talk to my cousin Chad about the cars. My cousin Terry would drag race, so I'd get to watch her race, and same with my cousin Jeremy. I'd get to watch all of them race, and that was always just fascinating for me, and I always just loved it. And Chad and I, when we were younger, we'd trade Hot Wheel cars, and he'd tell me details about the cars when we'd trade them back and forth. It was always so much fun. And I have to say that probably Annalita and Uncle Steve are the ones who ignited this passion of mine for these old cars, especially Buicks and GMs. Uncle Steve is just a fanatic for these cool old cars, and it's just wonderful. And then years later, I met Mr. Doug Doherty, who owns the Doherty Museum here in Longmont, and he has a wonderful collection of pre-war and brass era cars. And boy, I just fell in love with every one of those cars and worked on them and wrenched on them. And Doug still is so happy to have me around. And then through the Doherty Museum, I met John and Julia Tuthill, who I got to know really well. And then they were kind enough to pass Irving down to me, my 29 Buick Model 57. And then I met another man who wishes to remain anonymous, but I call him the king of custom Corvairs. He came into my life and got me going on all of this stuff, and has been a huge help in getting my shop going and getting me business and stuff like that. And on this channel, I'll be talking about the different projects I have going on, including the 32 Buick, and I'll have a 1915 Buick, and then I have a 66 Corvair that we're going to get going. And I'll also be interviewing people who have collections that I know, friends of mine, and several different videos on automobilia and model cars and pretty much everything auto related. If you want to check out a really neat channel, I recommend looking at my cousin Chad's channel called Nobody Else's Show on YouTube. Chad is kind of my inspiration for wanting to do my own channel. So if you watch this, Chad, I appreciate it. And stay tuned for more, and hopefully everybody will enjoy my channel. It's my first time doing YouTube stuff, so I'm still a little rusty at it, but I'll progress and get better. Enjoy, and thank you, and please keep an eye on the channel.